Hi all, welcome back to more Unconditional Surrender. Still doing training scenario 4. This is my part 24, I think it is. Yeah, we're on the August 1940 turn. Scenario ends December 1940, so not enough a lot of turns to go, but we're taking our time getting through them. Like I say, I'm enjoying myself, so whether you zip through these, if you've got some interest but you don't want to watch it all, whether you can speed things up or just go through the bits that are important. You don't want to hear me drone on a bit. I'm not one of these that put different sort of parts in the video where you can click to go to a certain bit. To be honest, I wouldn't have a clue how you do that, and I'm not going to start doing that anyway because that sounds like too much hassle. This is not professional kind of stuff. It's just for my enjoyment, and if others get some enjoyment out of it, or if it helps some others, then that's killing two birds with one stone, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, we're still sort of halfway through the Axis operational phase. I had a few comments from Sal, the designer, again just confirming a few things, although he does mention one that I mentioned wrong. We didn't do anything wrong, but he wants to obviously clear it up, point out that I spoke wrongly about it. Well, actually, yeah. First of all, he said the Hungarian strategic move was, well, he said it was good, which I mean, I'm assuming he means not good strategically, even though it's a strategic move. But I think what he's meaning is it was fine. It was not a problem with that. So which means that we could move the Yugoslavian unit as well. And I did start thinking afterwards last night about, maybe I should have got that move in, because we are starting to spread a little bit there and we're running out of turns. Okay, they've only got 6 will points left, the French. So it does look like things are starting to happen, but the British and the French are still going to be able to come back with something. Like I mentioned, that surprise attack marker might be looked at come their operations, but we'll see. Anyways, he said that's fine to do that, and so then this says he started timestamping a few things, which is good. It's not essential when the comments that he's making, but it's helpful. Just put the number down. This is from part 17, and he says at the 1 hour and 30 seconds mark, you state the army with low supply is not supplied. That is incorrect. A unit is considered supplied if it has full or low supply. And it references Rule 7. So, I spoke wrongly about that. When he's mentioned that, I'm like, yeah, okay, it is in supply. It's just it's in low supply. There are some downsides to being in low supply. We read them out before. It's got a -2 DRM. It halves its movement costs. It can't take replacements. So there are quite a few things, but it is considered to be in supply. So you're either got full supply, low supply, which are both in supply, or you've got no supply, which is not in supply. So fair enough. And I must have spoke wrongly regarding that. So fair enough. Next one. This was a comment on, don't know the guy's name, USA Patriot, but his name comes up as, is it Old Gamer, I think. He had asked about the situation with the French and the British, me talking about attacking with both nationalities against the Germans, and wondering if you could do that. Well, Sal confirms there, different nationalities can combine in the same assault. So, yes, can be done, which I figured was alright. Then this is part 18, he says around the 47 to 48 minute mark. You figured it out. The reason an additional, and this is regarding having an assault and using a tank unit in the assault and getting that different DRM, the +2 instead of the normal +1. But he says the reason an additional attacker tank unit gets a +2 DRM in poor weather is because if the tank unit were attacking by itself, it would get a +1 for being a tank unit attacking in poor. Therefore, think of it this way: tank unit in poor is +1, plus being an additional attacker is +1 for a total of +2. That's fine, yeah, and I do get to that, but this +2 that you get for the tank it doesn't matter if it's fair or poor weather. So this is my point was that I realised that if you're making an assault attack in poor weather, then it doesn't benefit you having the tank as the primary attacker. However, if you're having an assault with a tank in fair weather, it benefits you more to have the tank as the primary attacker, because if it's not the primary attacker, it's only going to get +2, as in +1 for the tank and +1 for the extra unit, if you like. But if it's the primary attacker, you're getting +2 for it being tank. Is that right? Does that work out? You know what? I still struggle with that. So does it make any difference if it's the primary attacker? If the tank's the primary attacker, you get +2 for German. What you're going to get, you're going to have a German unit, whether it's a tank or not. So let's ignore that one. You're going to get +2 for tanks. So if he's the primary attacker, what you're getting is a +2. If he's one of the attackers that's not a primary attacker, yeah, you're still getting a +2. Because you're getting... Well, hold on. I think it's still the same, isn't it? I don't know why I'm struggling with that. I think it's still the same. So if this tank was attacking the British unit here, and let's just say we were attacking the British unit, and we're attacking the British unit, and we had another unit there or something, and the tank was the primary attacker, it gets +2. Let's ignore the rivers and whatever. So it would get a +2. And if it was fair weather, it would get a +2, and the other unit would get a... Let's just say there are 2 tanks, so he would get a +2. No, I can't do that, and then it's going to get... I think it balances out the same, doesn't it? I think I'm just struggling to get my head around it. I know, look, all I need to do is read how it works in the rules. I guess I was thinking that it benefits you more to have the tank as a primary attacker in fair weather than it does in poor weather. But I'm actually looking at that now and thinking about it. I don't think that makes any odds. I don't think it does. You know what? If it comes down to a position where we're in a position to look at that, and we've got 2 tank units maybe, and it's fair weather, and we'll have a look at it then. Anyway, it does say that I figured it out, so I must have got it kind of right. Just still something bothering me about that, like as in if it balances out right. And then the last one he mentions, the Allies are not allowed to declare war on a neutral country until both appeasement and pact have ended, because it was the easiest thing to do rules-wise. And I get this now, and he carries on, without that, you'd find the at-peace Allied faction declaring war on a bunch of countries to grab territory, which would not be historical. It was much easier to prohibit that instead of a bunch of rules and mechanics punishing them for doing that. Makes sense. He's keeping it clean by just having this policy in place that just like stops them from doing that without some other thing. So that's good. And that explains why that's there as well. So all good. I'll just leave my tablet at the side here as well, rather than going plug it in again, just in case we need to look at something. Right, let's get back to the action then. So where were we? Right, well, things have not went well here, and the Hungarians have come across and were the heroes of the day, or the month, shall we say, and took Calais with the last attack there. They only had one shot at it, managed to do it, which means that we can trace onto this supply. Well, hold on, Grant. Well, that's Paris, isn't it? I was going to say we need something in that. No, actually we don't. The control marker in that hex is enough. So, yeah, at the moment we can trace onto there and trace into there because it's a German unit. Remember, these exert zone of control. This French unit exerts zone of control, but it doesn't. This cancels it out because we've got a German unit there. This cancelled it out because it's a friendly city. And then this would cancel that out as well. And then, well, actually, we're not going up there. We're going up that transport line, into there, along to there, and then, yeah, everything's fine from there. Remember, the forts do not exert zone of control while they're occupied. Well, yeah, no, they don't exert zone of control. The unit would have to come out the fort to then exert zone of control. And the fact that we're only checking supply at the end of the Axis operation phase, then if this unit jumped out the fort in the Western phase, then it wouldn't interfere with the supply because it's already been dealt with. Okay. So, and with all that, it does now mean that this German panzer unit could come down into Dijon, assuming it can deal with this guy, and then he'd be able to trace 2 hexes, well, he'd be able to trace 2 hexes back to that transport line. However, this would exert zone of control into there, so we would need a friendly unit in this hex to make that okay. So we need to be aware of that. These are the last 2 main units that we're going to do anything with. Other things that we're concerned about is Paris, possibly Sedan. We've got this unit here which could get along to Paris. What I think I might do and just shimmy this guy along a little bit and maybe just bring that guy up into that. That does mean he's in a better hex there though, isn't he? Thing is, I don't want to leave. Yeah, I'm not sure about leaving these garrison units in there, if that's then going to be tempting for the French to have a go at them. Because the fact they're going to be -2, aren't they? Because they're reduced, or is it a +2? No, it's a -2 they got, yeah. So, and you've got other garrisons up there, but again, I don't know. Possibly one of the garrisons in Sedan would be okay. But I don't want a garrison in Paris for sure. I want a full unit in Paris. So I really think it's got to be this unit, which then means you are going to want to move. Yeah, I don't know. This is maybe a wee bit risky, yeah. I think probably what I should do first is see how the 2nd Panzer gets on with the attack on Dijon. Yeah, just to see. Because the possibility maybe not getting into Dijon might mean I might attack into that with that, see what we can do with that, and then advance that along if we do get that retreat. Then you're up against the BF. No, I don't know. I think let's see what happens here. We don't have air left. They don't have air. French, they've done away with their tanks. They don't have any. Nobody can commit anything. Well, apart from if we attack the British. The British have air sorties left. So let's activate 2nd Panzer for 2 points, taking us down to 18, and giving him 10 movement points. Probably write it down here a bit. I'm thinking again about the fort. Well, we moved the Hungarian unit on away, didn't we? So I'm not really going to have 3 units to attack the fort without. I still don't think we should bother with the forts. And remember, their national wall's on 6. If we can take Dijon, that's 2 points. Then you've got, to be honest, Vichy. Well, we can't get, wouldn't be able to get around to it just now. But I don't know, coming around the back of this, well, I don't want to move into there because I've still got to watch for supply. I could sit in Dijon, but remember, something needs to be in here, unless we can knock this guy back, however. Because if I do go into Dijon and advance, I'm probably then going to have an attack on this and not bother about where the Alps unit is moved to, whether it's here or here. I'm just going to be happy about taking Dijon, then try and budge that guy so that he doesn't interfere with my supply trace. Probably something like that. And then, Vichy's there, and then Leon's here. There's 2, 4, 6. That's the 6 points that we need. So, I think if we take Dijon, the French have maybe then got to say, let's come out of these forts. They could come out of the forts and cause some trouble, though. For sure. I think this is probably a big turn for the French and the British here as well. Okay, let's do what we're going to do. We've activated that. It's costing 1, 2 to enter the enemy city and 1 to attack in clear weather. So it's going to cost 3 points to attack. You can see we're going to have 2 more shots at it. We are attacking with panzers though, so it's going to be a bonus there. So it's +2 for German, +2 for tanks, -1 for the city. So it's a 3. And the French are getting a +1. So we're going to get 3 shots at that. So unless the Germans roll like they rolled a couple of turns ago, I would expect them to get a retreat result out of one of these 3 attempts. Is that definitely what you're doing here, Grant? Yes. Yes, let's go for it. Okay, so a +3 to a +1. Here we go. Oh, how many times? These dice must be loaded to 6s. How many times? Well, that might be a result. I think if it was a 6 and a 5, I'd be confident, but that might even be a result. So it's 9 to 7. That is just a miss. Yeah, so just a miss. So I think, we just need 1 more pip on the dice than what the Allies have. Okay, so they're going to go again. So spend another 3. Same modifiers. And here we go. Right, so that should show. Oops. No, it's not. It's not a 6 again. So that should be a DR at least. So that's a 9 to a 5. 9 to a 5, as a DR only, but so as a retreat, which is what they wanted. So I am back up here. Keep the tripod where it is. So he's going to retreat. Can retreat here or here, or here actually. This is a better defensive hex, being in the rough, but is that the right hex? I don't know, part of me feels like going here, because we know he's going to advance. And advancing into there, he's advancing into us and then becoming surrounded. I mean, yeah, he's going to advance into there. He's got 4 movement left, actually. He's going to get a double attack on this guy or that guy, or attack each way. I'm not sure I'm going to bother about him, but I think I'd like to attack him, because his retreat would then have to be into here. Then again, there's nothing to stop him from moving back into there next, in their operations grant. And I don't want to advance back into that hex, because that then leaves Dijon empty again. Unless of course you brought that first infantry down into Dijon. I feel like I've got to advance after combat. Alright, we're wondering where this guy's going though. I think there's probably the better hex. That looks more troublesome for the Germans. So let's go with that one. And like I say, I think these forts are going to wake up. Thing is, maybe not them all, because this is Metz and this is Strasbourg. Yeah. So they don't really want to leave they two, because they're low on points now. Well, they're about to be lower. Right, okay, he's going to retreat to there, and the second panzer is going to advance into Dijon. So control Dijon goes to the Axis. Second panzer moves in. Still got 4 movement points left. That's another 2 well dropped for the French. They're down to 4. So that's what I'm saying. These 2 forts, they can't just abandon they too. So 4 points left for the second panzer. Yeah, I mean, he can retreat into there as well, Grant. It's not as if he's not got another retreat hex this guy. So I think he's going to attack this. Yeah. Because at least that retreat start to there, and then we can consider some other daft things maybe. Okay, so we're going to spend it's only 2 points, because this isn't a clear hex. So just 1 to move into the clear hex, 1 to make the attack. So 2 points, leaves me 2 points. We'll come back down here, and the odds should be the same. No, they're going to be slightly better for the Germans, because it's not a sight this time. So +2 for German, +2 for tanks. It's into a clear hex. So +1 for French. Yeah. So here we go. 4 and a 3. Might be close, that one actually, because with the +4. So it's a 7 to a 5. I think that might be okay. That is indeed just okay. I think the Germans are going to spend that last 2 points then to do that again, the last time. So we're going to try once more. I think the fact we had the 4, that could be a DR. So it's a 9 to a 6. Is indeed just a DR. And that's, I know the numbers are the same, but remember we were a 3 when we were attacking in the city. So it is a retreat. So they have got that on the last attack. And they only had 1 retreat hex, didn't they? Which is here. Back across the river. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. That's this guy I'm attacking. He does only have 1 retreat hex into here. It's right in the join of the map there. So what happens now then? I mean, the good thing is it's moved it out of there, so now the second Panzer can trace supply 1, 2 onto there, and then he's up and around and away. So that is good. So me talking about this guy being able to just move back in there, that's fair enough, but it's allowed this guy to get supply. So to be honest, maybe I don't move the 1st Infantry then. Problem could be that this could move back into here, or even something like this could be into here, this could move into here, surround the 2nd Panzer in Dijon, attack him, he's going to be isolated. Is it crazy to think we activate this guy and we move on into there? That'd be 1, 2, 3. And he could have 2 attacks on either one of these. That then doesn't mean this guy's in any trouble. Yeah, we'd have to do that. I'm thinking I could kind of not have an attack on this guy first, but as soon as I have an attack on that guy, if he moves back, I then can't move out and in because I've got this guy adjacent to me, so we'd have to do that right away. I think the 2nd Panzer does not advance then. I think I might do that with the 1st German Infantry there. What I just said. We've still not got Paris occupied, which is worrying. Yeah, I think we're maybe going to have to take a little bit of a risk at the forts. But I think the French might have to, like I say, bail out the forts maybe. Okay, so 2nd Panzer's finished. He's not advancing after combat. Just move this map again. Stuart suggests I put some blue tack underneath. It's not the worst idea in the world, but I can't really do it now. Well, I maybe could at the edges here, I suppose. I think it's maybe something you'd have to do when you set it up. I don't know. I mean, it's just because my arm's in that position. It's not a biggie. I'm not having to move counters back. Okay. Right, getting down to the final parts of this German operations, or the Axis operation, should I say. I was about to say there it'd be good to have had that Yugoslavian unit in there somewhere, but remember it would be strategically moved there, so it wouldn't be able to activate. However, that does mean that if I strategically move it next turn, I'm not going to be able to activate it next turn either. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I maybe should have allowed myself a wee backtrack with that one and allowed myself to move it, because I'd forgot about activating them. If I had activated them at the time, I dare say I would have considered strategically moving on, but I feel like I didn't want to backtrack that one because it's shown in this video that I am the Germans. So I felt, or the Axis should I say, so I felt like it was going to be looking like I was trying to get one, pull a fast one. Okay, let me just think about this. Right, I don't want to leave Paris empty. I know they can't stroll into it. The thing is, if I put a unit in it, if I don't put a unit in it, they can't attack into it. So, which means I've either got to attack the 1st Panzer, but then again, they can attack this, the 4th Infantry. If they attack that and retreat it, well, saying that, if they retreat it, I retreat to there maybe. They advance. Then they still can't move into Paris because he's there. This is why I'm wondering if it's maybe wiser to leave Paris empty. Because if I put a unit there, it's a no-brainer. They just attack Paris. If they get a retreat, they advance after combat into Paris. It feels a little gamey, that, though. Because, I mean, what I was going to do there was move this guy into Paris. And that makes the mind up for the British, French. They attack Paris. It's attacking across the river into the city. Any of these two, that would be attacking across the river against tanks. That would be the best attack across the river. I'm talking about if I didn't occupy Paris. That would be the best attack. But like I say, I can just retreat on to there. We attack it again. I could retreat it to there. And then he's still got to attack again because he's in zone of controls. And then if this French unit is away up here, we activate the British. They're still in the 1st Panzer's zone of control anyway. Oh, hold on, no. Yeah, no, that. Yeah, to be honest, I think leaving Paris empty is. It feels like better, which seems a little odd. Yeah, because the other thing I could do is it's not finished with this 1st German infantry, as I know I talked about coming down and into there, and that seemed quite sensible, protecting this guy. But I could just go all out and attack this, and if we get a retreat on it, advance after combat into there, and then that's Paris then can only be attacked by the BAF. Well, there's no unit in Paris as well, so again, that would then leave that unit in there being able to attack by a few things. Yeah, they could do a 3-pronged attack on that unit. But then bursting through that still doesn't get to Paris, so I didn't realise this was so thinky, to be honest. Although I think one of the times that I did do a bit of the Russian stuff, it was a bit of that. There's a big line of Russian units, and the Germans trying to find the best ways to go through them and whatever. I overthink, though, certainly. Yeah, you're nodding your head, I know, but... Right, yeah, there's too much thinking going into this, so I'm going to activate the 1st German infantry. I'm throwing myself up here, I'm thinking of this, then I'm wondering about to do this. I'm activating this, that's 8 points, and then we're going to spend... Come on, Grant, do it. Yeah, problem there, though. The WDF is there. Okay, I do want to protect this, I think. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So knocking it down to 5. And then I'm going to attack... It doesn't matter. I mean, if you attack that and retreat, it retreats into here. Or here, I suppose. Well, actually, no, it can retreat into Vichy. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, it can retreat into Vichy, so that's just an air unit that's in there. Right, I'm struggling to make decisions here. Pause for ages there, try to work this out. Okay, I'm actually going to attack the WDF from there. That's going to cost me 2. So it takes me down to 3 points, so I will get another attack at this, which I'm more than likely going to need, because part of me thought, let's force them into using their air, maybe, burn a couple of sorties. Well, we can't commit anything. I think the British do fly a sortie. Because, I mean, it's... Well, without the sortie, it's +2 for German, and they're +1 for British. With a sortie, it gives them +3. I think they fly the first sortie because they might be able to stop the unit. So they'll fly the sortie from the fighter commander up to 3. Bear in mind they want... Well... yeah, with us thinking about not occupying Paris, they do have the British tanks left. They're not going to use that here. They're going to use the air. Right. Okay. So that's going to be that. So we have +2 for German. And it's just fighting in a clear hex. So, and they get +1 for British, +2 for air support. So they're on a +3. Yeah, I'm not sure this is the right way. If I got a nice result and managed to retreat them, it would be pretty good, I think. I don't suppose I'm seeing the great benefit to attacking this guy and him falling back into there, and then I can't really advance because I'm in supply issues. So I think that's why I'm going for that. And you might say, why didn't you just sit there and go for that? Well, that's because this guy is going to be in trouble, I think, because this guy will move back in. So, I think we'll just go down there and you never know, we might get a die roll. So it's a +2 for German, +3 for the British, because they flew an air sortie. Here we go. Oh dear. Well, that will be a stop. Might even be... Could even be... No, I don't think it'll be worse than that. So it's a 4 for the Germans, and it's a 9 for the British. So it is indeed an AS result. So it's close to it. It's close to an A. A would be as an attrition, so there was a step, I think. However, AS means stop. So that means that these 3 points are wiped out, and this German 1st Infantry is done. So, but the thing is, both these can trace supply to here, and nothing can surround this. Well, without forts coming out and whatever, you know. It was going to be easy for that to get surrounded. So I think that's the reason why my thinking was along that way. Okay, so what now? Well, I think I'm going to activate the 18th Infantry for Germans down to 16. And he's got 8 points. So I'm going to move him across the river here. That's going to be into a clear. That's 2, 3. Remember, the fort does not exert zone of control. Yeah, 4, 5. Well, actually, you could have a nibble, Grant. He's got 3 points left. Yeah, maybe just have an attack at the 10th Infantry then. So he's going to attack 10th Infantry. He's going to have 1 movement point left. Now, I don't know if this is madness or not. This is kind of a bit I'd like to be playing against another player to see what they would do here. Oops. You know, to see if they could come up with some great response from the forts that would make me go, oh dear, that was a blunder. But, well, you're playing yourself, Grant, so... And I'm not finished manoeuvring some of these, so, you know, We do have two full strength infantry units here. My guess is this guy's going to go along into where he was. So anyway, let's deal with this. No, the 18th. Attack on that. I've spent the points. No modifier. No commitment. This is the French this time. So it's just German. It's +2 for being German, and it's +1 for the French being French. And that's going to be that, isn't it? And we're only going to get one wee shot at this, but it might nudge the guy back. You never know. Right, here we go. That may well do. So it's 4-1, so it's a 6-2. Pretty sure that should be a retreat. It is indeed. So that worked. It's maybe not a biggie, but you never know. Some of these, you see the unit retreating and you think, oh, yeah, in actual fact, this guy might advance. So it's the 10th Infantry we're attacking. So he's going to have to retreat. He's only got one option. It's into there. So what do you think then, Grant? I think yes, because... yeah, I think it should advance. Yeah. And now... yeah, now they've been pushed back a bit. They can't really get... I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, I think the 18th does advance after combat. He will... I say he'll have a retreat in Paris. You've got to remember that you'll only have a retreat if these two attack. However, if it was a 3-pronged attack, like I said, and we had to retreat, I can choose it to be one of these units that I'm moving away from. And although this is a zone of control, this is a friendly city, so all is good there. Yeah, I think that looks better. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and that's his activation ended. Right, let's speed things up a little here. Let's activate the 12th. We're down to 15 production. And move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into there. I was thinking of it just there at first, but remember, this is a city and that's a city. These other two forts are not. But we've got Sedan here, and I don't want to just allow him. Yeah. So if he does come out that fort, if I left that in there, if he came out the fort, he can just move into Sedan. However, when moving across to here, he can move into here, but that would be in his zone of control, so he can't get into Sedan with that there. So I'm going to move the 12th into there. I mean, the other best place for this to be would be in here, but it's just not as protective a hex. This is in rough and across the river. This would be in rough, not across the river. This would be in neither rough or across the river. So that's what worries me about that one. Suppose these garrisons are garrison some cities. Oh, the other thing, I did think about bringing one of these down into Sedan as well. Well, hold on, I don't think you should do that, because again, I think I'm realising that sometimes having the city unoccupied, it feels a little odd, but sometimes maybe I'm going to get caught out with something there. Because if I have Sedan occupied and this guy comes out the fort, he can then attack Sedan. Whereas if it's not occupied, he comes out the fort, he's going to have to attack this guy, which is across the river into the rough. Or he's going to have to move into here and then attack that guy before he can attempt. It seems messy. So if I put a garrison unit down into there, he's just going to say, well, let's just attack Sedan. And then if we budge the guy back, we advance after combat into the city. So yeah, there's something to be said for that, I think. Somebody might correct me by saying, yes, but this could happen, Grant, and we're like, oh, okay. I hadn't thought of that. So I think your last move is the 7th Infantry. And although I don't want to move it, just this is open. This can move where he wants. I mean, I say where he wants. He needs to be able to trace supply, but they can get supply from Metz here. Or Strasbourg, sorry. So that's fine, you know. So if I move him up to here, it means this guy's, although he's the one that's in the city. Yeah, I don't like that idea though. I think we're going to take a chance and move him into there, I think. Because that kind of protects everything. That means that there's donor control all around. So I'm going to activate the 7th and move him into here. No, Grant, let's not be silly. You don't want to make attacks. Yeah, because I think the French really need to keep this fort occupied and this fort occupied because they're cities. I think it's a bit risky. Although in saying that, we've moved most of the German force are away, so would we be able to master it? Well, once he comes out of the fort, you only need to take that infantry unit out, retreat him, advance on the fort, and then you take the city. So yes. And remember, all Germans get +2 to start with. So right, I'm going to go with that. And I think that's going to be, at long last, the Germans' operations. Well, actually, hang on. Do I care about points? Well, I should care about points. I've got 3 air units, haven't I? So I need 6. I'm not fussy about diplomacy anymore. We've got 14. Have we got any reduced stuff? Anything to come in? No. No, I just need the 6 points, to be honest. And I've got 14. Yeah, okay, that does have 3 sorties on it now, so probably would spend... I mean, I should really put that guy back in Oslo, shouldn't I? I think if he's going to do his full work, he should actually go up to Trondheim as well. Because I don't see the problem in if there was to be an invasion. Okay, Stavanger and Bergen are the likely targets, but I don't see that one being a problem. You could land in there. Right, let's activate them. Let's go down to 13. Like I say, I don't think I'm fussed about diplomacy now anyway. I move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Trondheim, and then 7, 8 back. So just to control. That's all supply back up, not what I want. To control Trondheim as well. Not that, yeah, nothing's going to go up there, but for completeness. Right, that's it. So that's Axis finished their operations, I think. So now let's just double check for supply. So he has to trace supply through this, so that's going to gain another sortie up to 4. That should be the only, but we just do need to double check. We have Calais, so like I say, this transport line is fine. This guy's still in his fort, so that's fine. Another reason for him maybe coming out the fort is to mess with that. So maybe they'll do that. Yeah, as long as we can trace on this transport line, it's fine. This guy can. This guy can go 1, 2. He can't go through that hex, obviously, but he can go 1, 2. He's fine. And this guy can go 1, 2. So, all is good. Okay. Right, I think that's all done. So let me reset the German units then. Okay, and when I say the German units, I should have said the Axis units. So let's also reset the mighty Hungarians who took Calais. Yeah. So, okay. So I'm not sure what the Western faction could do now. Things are looking a bit tougher for them now. And yeah, I feel like the forts are going to have to break. Possibly, what's that one? Coming back to Dijon to try and do something about the panzers in Dijon. This guy's reduced, which isn't good. Or they could have mounted a 3-point. Well, whether they can take that guy at the fort there, maybe. No, he's not going to get around. Well, actually, he could go into here, and this guy could go into there, and then you could have a 3-pronged attack. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if they come in the force and try and do anything else clever, like attacking this or this to try and take, I mean, that's not going to help them. I mean, try to take Frankfurt and Stuttgart back off the Germans just reduces the German national will, so that doesn't help them. They need to take some of their own cities back, really. So I don't think, even though that's sparse up there, I don't think that's really helpful to them, unless I'm missing something. Right, anyway, I managed to drag that out to 52 minutes. Who would have thought? But there you go. So I'll call that apart now, and we will come back with the Western factions operation phase next and see what they can come up with. Okay, I'll be back later. Cheers.